Welcome to the Cascade Strengths Reports. In this session, we're going to show you how to get up and running with Cascade so you can create materials for a CliftonStrengths coaching session. Starting with a brief introduction, we will export the CliftonStrengths themes from Gallup Access and import them into Cascade. We will then show you how to select people for your team or workshop. Next, we will cover how to create reports for teams and individuals, which you can then print or save as a PDF. We will also cover the PDF settings and how you can change the language if you have a language pack. Finally, we will show you how you can get further help and support from our website. We will move fairly quickly, so feel free to pause and replay any section as we go along. So let's get started. Here is the Cascade menu, which is the main hub for navigation. You can also use the tabs along the bottom, although if you're on a laptop, some of the tabs may slide off the edge of the screen. On the left of the menu is the theme table. This is where we store the themes for all your clients or staff. The pink section in the middle is where you select people for a team or for a workshop. We do this in the team grid. This section also contains the other team reports available in Cascade. On the right in the green section are the individual reports for just one person. Time now to head to the theme table so we can add people into Cascade. When you first get Cascade, the theme table is virtually empty. It may just have your name and themes in the top row. You can type in people's names manually with columns G and H, and then select their themes from the drop-down lists. Although if you have a large team with 34 themes, this is going to take a very long time. We therefore have an import feature. So let's move over to Gallup Access and create an export file that we can import into Cascade. Here we are in the Gallup Access portal, in the CliftonStrengths section and in the Community tab. If you have the subscription level of access, you can use the Team tab to export a whole team. There is a step-by-step guide for this in the Help section on our website. Here in the Community tab, click on the green Export Strengths button. You can then see a selection button for each person where you can select who you want to include in the export file. Click on the Download button and then view your selected users and then click Export. Depending on your computer, you may get a choice on where to save the file, or it will be saved to your Downloads folder. Returning back to Cascade, we are now ready to import the file we have just created. Click on Import Themes and select the file you have just exported. It will be called Community followed by the date. Cascade will then show you the contents of the file, asking if this is the one you want to import. Click Yes. It then gives you the option to skip any duplicate names where people may already be in Cascade. This is helpful when you are importing a file and are not quite sure if the people are already in Cascade. You may see at the bottom left corner a counter as it imports each person, and then after a few moments it will ask you if you want to refresh the page in the team grid. Say yes to this, and then after another short moment it will say how many people it has imported into Cascade. Here we have 20 people. You can repeat this process with more than one export file. If you ever get to the stage where you need to remove somebody from Cascade and remove them from the theme table, the simplest way is to simply highlight their names and themes and then press the delete button. That will then remove them from the list, but will leave an empty row. So then select the A to Z blue sort button at the top of one of the columns, and that will then remove the empty row, so then you have a nice neat table of people. As a reminder, the theme table is where you store your themes for everyone, all your clients and all your staff. There are 4 columns on the left to categorize people for team selection. You can use the 4 columns for any aspect, which may include organisation, location, team, department, workshop session, cohort or family, or anything else which is relevant for you. I'm now going to add some example information for our group. As you can see, I've chosen to use staff position, their location, a department, and which group for a training program that we're going to have. Once we have everyone in the theme table, we can now move to the theme grid. Here in Cascade's theme grid, there are lots of ways to display the page and its contents, far too many to mention in this brief introduction. The theme grid is the core of Cascade, as the people who are visible here are the ones available for the other reports in Cascade. If you can't see someone on the theme grid, you won't be able to select them for any of the other reports. So how do we select people in the theme grid? Remember the blue category columns on the left of the theme table? Those same columns are on the left of the theme grid. Clicking to the right of a heading in row 10 will reveal the selection panel. On a Mac, this looks slightly different, although the concept is the same. The best way to select a particular category is to untick Select All and then tick the items you want, followed by OK. You will then see that the theme grid adjusts to just show the people, in this case, from Dallas and London. They're the ones who are represented in the team reports and those available for the individual reports. To reset the selection, there is a Clear Filters button in the panel at the top of the screen. Another important feature in the theme grid is choosing the number of themes to display. There are options at the top of the screen to choose a range. When selecting the top 5, top 10 or top 15 themes, the other theme reports will represent this number of themes. The theme frequency, for example, will represent the top 5 when the theme grid is set to top 5, and it will represent the top 10 when the theme grid is showing top 10. As I mentioned, there are lots of customization options within the Cascade theme grid. Try out the buttons in the Show High panel to see some more of them. Very occasionally there may be an error in the contents of the theme grid when it cannot synchronize properly with the theme table, or it may not be showing all the people recently added to the theme table. To rectify this, click on the Refresh Page button to restore the page back to its original settings and resize it according to the number of people in the theme table. The last thing to mention in this session about the theme grid is how to add a heading or a title for the report. Returning back to the Cascade menu, you can enter a theme heading in the theme panel. Let's have a look at this in the theme grid. Now let's see the other theme reports in Cascade before we look at the individual reports. In the Cascade menu, all the reports involving more than one person are in the pink section. In this session, I will show you around some of these reports. On our website, you can find out more about their application and how they can help when coaching. Let's look at the Team Summary report. The Team Summary visually shows the theme distribution for a whole team. It is one of the most popular reports in Cascade and can be used to discuss the team's identity. The Spark chart on the right shows all the themes around the outside in the 4 domain quadrants. The longer the line in the chart, the more people have that theme. This is a quick way of seeing some of the theme dynamics for a team, and when managing several teams, it is a helpful resource to show the differences between each of the teams. This summary report is currently representing the top 5 themes because the team grid is set to top 5. If we were to change the team grid to show the top 10, this report would then reflect the top 10 themes. More information about each report is available on our website by clicking on the green question mark in the circle at the top of the page. If you can't see the team summary report in your copy of Cascade, you may not have the bonus pack. Again, check on our website if you need any assistance in getting the bonus pack. Let's move on to the Team Profiles report. First, click on Insert Names, and it will be populated with the people who are in the team grid. You can also use the yellow boxes to make your selections. This page provides a simple graphical representation of the top 5 themes with a color-coded pie chart. It quickly shows which domain they lead with based on their top 5 themes. The All 34 report lists all 34 themes for up to 6 people. Again, click on Insert Names to populate the page, or select individual people from the drop-down list. It is a useful report to compare where each of the 34 themes lie for several people. Under each person's name is a radio button. Select one person, then you can identify their themes in relation to the others on the page. Click on the options for top 5, 6 to 10 or bottom 5. You can also customize which themes to highlight in the yellow boxes. This is a good way to identify collaboration opportunities and when highlighting someone's bottom 5 themes to see where they appear in another person's top themes. The Power of Two is a popular tool for collaboration and managing conflict. Select 2 people from the yellow boxes and you'll see that one person's themes are across the top and the others are down the side. You can change the content displayed for the themes from the drop-down list. Tucked inside this list is the Power of Me worksheet, which focuses on just one person. Both axes show the same themes but with different content: the role I play and descriptive words. Combining these 2 elements for different themes shows how the separate themes can work together, creating something greater. Visit our page on our website for examples on how to get more from both of these 2 very powerful worksheets. We're now going to move on to the individual reports in Cascade. In the green section of the Cascade menu, select a person for these individual reports. Remember, they need to be visible in the team grid in order to be in this drop-down list. After adding a new person to the theme table, it is essential that you see them in the team grid first before you try to create their individual reports. With a name selected, all these individual reports are now set up ready to show the themes for this person. Going through these reports fairly quickly, we'll start with the Personal Insights page. This report shows the Gallup information from the Theme Insights or Theme Discovery cards. The one-page overview provides an excellent handout during or after a coaching session. For most of the individual reports, you can choose to show the top 10 or top 15 themes on additional pages. However, if you don't have the bonus pack, you're limited to just one page with the top 5 themes. Some reports have options at the top of the page. In the Personal Insights report, you can choose between either the metaphors and barrier labels or the theme comparisons. All the reports in Cascade have buttons to print and create a PDF. I'll show you how to configure the PDF settings later on. For each of the Cascade pages, it is possible to zoom in or zoom out using the plus or minus buttons in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You can set up the page so it fits well on your particular device. The Bring and Need report is a favourite of all the Cascade reports. The column on the left shows several statements on what their themes bring, how they can contribute to a team, and how they can lean into their themes. The column on the right shows the needs for each theme, what motivates them and what gives them energy. These 2 powerful columns form a great resource to build confidence and inspire motivation. They are also very helpful when filling out the Gallup worksheet, The Best of Us. The Strengths Advantage worksheets help people to use their strengths in specific situations. There is a list of topics to choose from at the top of the page. Without the bonus pack, you're limited to just 5 topics. Those with the bonus pack have a broader list covering many more topics. Each worksheet has various aspects in the form of questions down the left side, asking how the person can apply their strengths for a particular outcome. There is lots of information and resources on our website explaining more about the different topics. When working with all 34 themes, the My 34 report provides a one-page overview. Gallup have a comprehensive report on a person's 34 themes, where this single sheet provides everything just on one page. You can adjust the report slightly by choosing the number of dominant themes to display, and you can change the content which goes with some of the themes. Other tools in Cascade are available to help you to create table tents, or you can design your own badge labels or lanyards. That was a very brief run through the main reports in Cascade. Let me now show you how to create PDFs. In the settings part of the Cascade menu, the location for saving the PDF files needs to be set. Click on Insert Path to set the designated folder, and then Test Path to check it. This is one area where there is a difference between Windows and Mac computers. In Windows, you can specify any folder as long as it follows the DOS syntax starting //. If you are using a cloud storage service like Dropbox, OneDrive or iCloud, it may show a folder showing HTTPS. This won't work. It will need to be converted to a DOS format by browsing to it through Windows Explorer and then copying the folder path from there. On a Mac, the destination folder for PDFs is a bit different. Files can only be written to the library folder right in the depths of your computer. Cascade therefore inserts this folder where there is little room for variation. Click on the PDF Help button to see more specific help and how you can create an alias shortcut on your desktop to reach this PDF folder. The Settings section is where you can change the language for the reports if you have an additional language pack. Cascade as standard comes with English UK and English US languages. You can add French, Spanish and German. There is also an option to change the theme names either from English or in the local language that you have selected. Once you've made your selection, click on Apply Settings. In the bottom corner of this section, you can reveal your Cascade settings. Click on the Show Hide button and the technical information will appear to the right of the screen. Copying and pasting this information into an email is really helpful for our technical team when troubleshooting errors. Talking of troubleshooting, there is lots of help on our website at releasingstrengths.com. From the top menu, you can reach pages that discuss each of the Cascade reports. There is a section for the team reports and one for individual reports. Popular help topics are available that lead you to the Help section. The Help section has a range of different topics with a list of contents on the left. A search bar at the top provides another way to find an article. From the Cascade menu, you can visit the Help section with links to lots of resources. You can sign up for our monthly newsletter with tips on using the new features, and you can join in the discussions on our Facebook group. To contact us, use the email address of support@releasingstrengths.com, and please include your license number, which is at the top of the Cascade menu. Thank you for watching this through to the end, and we hope that Cascade can make a real difference to your coaching work.